So we're back out at the range. I've got a couple hours before it's going to start getting dark again, and I want to continue on this Premier body armor testing. It seems that we've triggered some interest, no pun intended, and we're going to learn together. And I've only got a little bit of time today, so I'm going to go to your suggestions. And by far, for some reason, the number one suggestion is 62 grain M855 5.56 ammo. But I want to go one step further. I've got a brand new box of it. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to run it through the chrono, so we're going to see together what it's doing. And then we're going to put a bunch of rounds into RD downrange, who also has one of these panels on. So I'm using the same BCI Defense Professional Series rifle that we used in the first video, but I've got a little bit different can on it, and I wanted to share this with you. You're going to be learning about it the same time I am. It's a new suppressor made by Rebel Silencers, and you'll notice something pretty unique about this piece. It's a little different than most of the cans I have time with, even the ones that I can talk about. There's no tube. There's no specific tube. I mean, this is the registered piece, this first section. But what this allows you to do is to terminate it wherever you would like. So if you need something hearing safe, you want it to be below the threshold of damage, but you don't mind if it's a little louder than normal, you need something very small, there you go. You've got one baffle section and the end cap, and that makes up your suppressor. It allows you to customize it so you can create a suppressor for the volume and for the length and for the aesthetics that you want. You don't have to use all of the segments. You can use just the number that interests you. If you're going to shoot something where a little smaller suppressor is necessary, you can use the end cap on the last baffle, the one that you terminated at, and you may not need the same level of sound suppression that you would for all of the sections. Or you may be shooting, it's a multi-caliber suppressor. They're saying from 17 HMR to 300 Win Mag, I believe. And if I'm not correct, I'll spell that out here on the screen and have it in the description below. But I'm excited to try it. I haven't even fired a round yet. Rebel Silencers from El Paso, Texas, and this particular model is the SOS Hunter. So that is going to be on the BCI Defense today. Now, I'm not shooting at any steel or anything in particular on this pass. I'm just running them through the chronograph, and the best real estate for me is in between the Premier body armor on RD and the tallest shootsteel.com target to its left. So we're not going to hear any steel impacts. We're just going to collect data from the chronograph. .3022. .3002. 3,000 even. 2992. 2968. Let's put some rounds into the metal plate strapped to RD, and let's see how it fares. Put a few rounds of M855 per your request. That didn't take too many rounds before I broke the tape. Let's see if we can do something a little bit more permanently temporary. Is that a thing? Let's try that. Let's try this again. M855, chronoing at just over 3,000 feet per second, and we are at about 35 yards away. That duct tape is just not going to work. I don't want to destroy that beautiful plate carrier that they sent over just yet, but I don't know what choice I'm going to have. So I think we're going to be good to go. I fashioned a harness from, actually it is a harness, it was a harness that was made for safety when you're using a tree stand. But this is for safety. This is for people that want to be able to stop a projectile, so that's safety. So I repurposed that tree stand harness into a harness to hold the Premier body armor plate, so I don't have to ruin that beautiful plate carrier that they sent quite yet. I think this will work. I think this will work. I thought the duct tape was going to work, if that's worth anything. Boy, that stuff hits like a ton of bricks, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm seeing some serious sparks come off that thing through the scope. This is a lot harder than that 55 grain stuff I was hitting it with the other day. Let's take a look. That's awesome. This is interesting, testing this out, because as I explained in the first video, body armor is not my area of study. So I have, I'm just as green and fresh as can be, and I've got all kinds to learn. I'm very much the student here at the same time, and it's fascinating to watch this. And I'll tell you, I've shot a lot of steel over the years, man, it's always been like magic to me. Some of it just whistles right through. The other steel stops it dead. And this stuff's pretty impressive, especially for something that's this thin, that's only 5 millimeters thick. So the M855 was interesting. You could see a hell of a spark through the scope when this stuff would hit. Appears to be a lot of energy transfer there, but we're over 3,000 feet per second, so you could do math. That it is a lot of energy. Now don't forget to take a look at the first installment of this where we explained exactly what it is we're testing, because to me that's as impressive as the performance itself. The stuff is very, very thin, it's very lightweight, it's curved, completely curved, so it's very comfortable and it's very affordable. And it still puts up with crap like we're putting it through. So I hope you enjoyed the second installment. If you did, please click like, share us with your friends in your vast social media universe. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already, both here and on Full 30, to make sure that you get notified when we upload a new video. Visit the community over on Patreon, where we release things a little bit early, and we have some live video chats and things like that. The patrons have been fantastic to help us address some of the problems that the big powers of social media have kind of put us into. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/guntestvids, where there's discussion going on all the time. Oh, and buy my book, The Evolution of the Black Rifle. It's a 20-year journey, now about 10 years old, that talks about a lot of the upgrades, a little bit of the history, and a lot of different types of platforms that really all of these things originally emanated from. It was a fun project, and we've got several more in the works. Till next time, have fun and be safe.